Welcome to Vodhalla.
Macheeete, okay, so like Macheeete has a scythe. We have seen the Enchantress take out Sarme, and or not the Enchantress, I'm thinking of right. So we have seen the Fate take out Sarme, and we've seen the Mordax earlier in the tournament as well. Thing is though, do they have a Blasters? I have never seen them play that weapon ever. Oh, I think that's Macheeete dead. Yeah, that's dead.
Oh, Blasters is as far as Macheete's life on streams, Blasters is fairly new to us, but you don't know how much Macheeete could be workshopping those Blasters. You know, account levels doesn't account for any XP you could have potentially learned, but were offline, like in training mode. So there could be a lot of training mode practice behind those scythes, but we do know there's a lot of tournament practice behind that scythe that is really bringing them to a good spot. Both of those players tried a GC attack, and ends up being Fozey GC D-Sig. It cancels out Macheete's GC side sig. But Macheete's side air is going to send Fozey farther and farther off stage. Another one to follow up will put stocks white 2 to orange 2. Macheeete messing around with some dash mechanics as a quick little celebration. And Macheeete wastes no time to try to even out stocks. And we have Fozey slowly inching closer and closer to orange as Macheete's scythe is just looking better and better with each new hit. Fozey really needs the lance to try and bring this a little closer to even, but Macheete's scythe is just fantastical right now.
GC sides are coming out from Fozey. Macheeete is still living though. Stalling his descent. Weapon throw picked up. Fozey with the there beautiful BOGO. Fozey still hanging on to the second stock. In the red though, they could die to anything. Maybe like a Gimp GC NSIG on Blasters perhaps. That always works on Nyx, right? I mean, I at least get hit by it all the time, so it should work all the time. Fozey still living though. NSIG from Macheeete going deep. Doesn't get the edge guard though. The sideline there. GC NSIG delayed it so that it would hit past the spot dodge. Not the stop dodge. The spot dodge, I mean, from Macheeete. There coming out from Macheeete. Misses the Sarah follow up. Fozey already putting Macheeete in red, still holding onto the second stock. This is looking like Fozey's game and perhaps tournament to win. Delayed the recovery, so Macheeete had to fall into it. And now Macheeete only one hit away from death. And the breakdance doesn't take out Macheeete. What? Yeah, okay. Macheeete knew it was over. The Macheeete knew it was over. It was like, yeah, okay, I'm just gonna accept my fate. I'm throwing. Sidra!
Macheeete over on a Sidra that we have definitely seen a little bit of. That cannon, I've seen Macheeete play Onyx, so that cannon definitely makes some sense. And Sword. Sword is probably the most weapon in Brawlhalla, so honestly, how could you not? Sword kind of makes sense on just about anybody in the scene. Right now we have BCX Finalist 21 on Tournament Game versus Crew Battle Champion 22. Really one game away from closing this whole thing out.
Like, I just want to mention, when Macheeete in the in-game chat typed, okay, it's cannon time, Fozey just replied with no. So maybe Fozey is scared, but he shouldn't be. What is this? Okay, 18 seconds. My guy, he kept true to his promise. He is speedrunning this tournament.
Fozey is probably one of the only and first players to ever speedrun 2 tournaments at the same time, and it is working quite well. However, the first one wasn't going quite as well as this one because it ended up being a Game 5, as this is in a much less likely scenario to be a Game 5, but it is still actually starting to look like it. Macheete's cannon starting to turn the tide, as currently Macheete's cannon against Fozey's spear might start to lean a bit more towards Macheete's favor. There we go, some reads finally starting to, come through and show that they both understand each other very well, and they're both really trying to think, okay, how do I do something that they're not expecting if they already know everything to expect from me? Macheeete is starting to fall down to 3 and is starting to enter KO color, and it might be coming close to the last stock in the tournament, but that's also not before Macheeete sends Fozey down to the last stock in this game. So Fozey needs a KO, and then also even more damage. Macheeete starting to build up on a 0-2 KO. As this is starting to look really risky for Fozey. If Fozey is able to pick up a lance, that could be lights out. But so far, it's Macheete's cannon that is looking lights out for Fozey. Fozey picking up spear and is able to get the D-Sig, and now Macheeete is currently on the most expensive stock on the tournament. Macheeete just needs one good combo to bring it on home. Macheeete with what could be a bit of an overcommit, and Macheeete still going very deep for the KO. Fozey is able to get a punish, and in a few more SIGs, another Sair will send Macheeete farther off stage and let Fozey regain some stage control. And Fozey is just dancing around Macheeete, and it ends up being a daylight recovery that lets Macheeete survive just a little bit longer. Unfortunately, I'm having some issues that are coming up, and I might have to leave very soon, but I will stay with you guys for as long as I can. I just need to put that out there. I will have some issues coming up.
I mean, Fozey is a pro speedrunner. Fozey is a pro speedrunner. He will do this just for you.
Fozey, please save me here.
Listen, this win coming up from Fozey, dedicated just for you, so you can do whatever you need to do, alright? We believe in the Fozey.
It will
No
be
offense to Macheeete, but you're kind of getting your ass beat right now, aside from that one game. Let's be real. You're not only coming from losers, you're also behind by one game.
It's going to be cutting it really close, but right now all of Fozey's offstage engagements have also been cutting it really close, especially since Macheeete Sidra is really starting to kick it up, and cannon is a bit of an underrated weapon to be used offstage, but a lance always getting the respect it deserves offstage. It's one of those weapons that sometimes you just don't approach on stage, and sometimes it's a weapon you don't approach at all, as Fozey is already in a great spot to try to get the KO, and does so delight and
I feel like cannon isn't really one of those weapons that's underrated. I think it's just underrepresented. Like, I think a lot of players know how good cannon can be because they've seen other cannon players do it. Problem is though, there's just not a lot of cannon players in general. I mean, with Macheeete right now, we have the Ninja, and I feel like that's kind of it in the EU. Like, there's not really any cannon representatives. Fozey still holding on to the first stock, even though they're in barbecue sauce chicken wings health, like you mentioned it earlier so perfectly.
Unfortunately, it seems that Graffiti is out for the count. So, I'm gonna be hopping in for him.
Right. Macheeete going deep with the reads. Platform kind of obstructed his way to continue the string, however. Even damage across the board. Fozey trying to go for another answer as he has done on the first stock so much on Macheeete.
Yeah, Macheeete doing a really good job neutralizing Fozey's Orion here, but keep in mind, this is still a very valuable game to Macheeete here, because if he loses this, the tournament is over, Fozey wins. So he needs to get this win in order to stay alive in the game. He's currently on the way to do it, but let's see how he does.
He is very damaged though. One just haymaker or anything for that matter. I think on stage, I wanted to say on stage Sair will kill, but you know, D-Sig, Fozey's been fishing for it the entire time, will work. Now Fozey, Lance has been primed. No dodge for Macheeete. And like ground pound, Fozey off stage, another ground pound. Third one doesn't connect. Sair into there. Ground pound on stage. Nair. Sidelight undershoots just barely. Ground pound. Hello, Fozey.
Oh, Fozey, is he done? Is he done?
No,
He's done!
That's it!
He's done! Fozey will be your Galaxy Cup number 13 Europe 1v1 champion. Congratulations, Fozey.